Hello, good day to you. It's me, Andy, and this is Andy Wright Travel, Thailand News. So there is two more ideas that's come up to try and get tourists back into Thailand, possibly commencing the 1st of April. Yes, you heard it, the 1st of April, April Fool's Day, because this is basically going to be, I reckon, a bit of a laugh. Because what they're saying is the 14-day quarantine is set to end. Nobody likes it. It costs too much money. And who can spend 15 days of their holiday in a hotel room costing anything from 800 quid upwards, the average being around about 40,000 baht, currently about 900 quid. Who can afford that? Well, I certainly can't. And who can spend the time as well, especially when you can only go for a limited time period. So the quarantine, 14 days, the plan was that's going to end. And there's two plans, which we'll tell you about. They're planned for April the 1st. Yes, you heard it here. So this is the Thai Visa forum, and of course the article, 14-day quarantine for tourists set to end. Two plans are mulled for April the 1st start. Yes. So looking at this, they've been pressing for an end to the 2-week quarantine that many see as a huge hurdle. No kidding. A huge hurdle. Definitely. They want to see those who have been vaccinated being allowed to come under two plans that are about to be proposed. Well, again, as I said in my last video, vaccination does not prevent you from having it, and it does not prevent you from passing it on. So I can see that this is going to fail straight away. So the first new scheme is called Quarantine at Home. I don't know who thinks these ideas up, but hey. So this is an idea where the tourists will be required to quarantine at their home, where they are about to begin their journey, before setting foot in Thailand. So basically, you quarantine before you go on the plane, and then you arrive. And then you obviously, when you arrive there, you have a check, which unfortunately is still PCR. So that's a 97% chance of being false positive, and you still have to quarantine for 2 nights and 3 days. So 2 nights and 3 days is obviously better than 15, but it's still the cost of it. And then the second plan, which I think is even more ridiculous, is called mobile quarantine. This idea involves the health department and the TAT, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, acting as chaperones for tour groups. Well, what happens if you're not in a tour group? What happens if you're just a normal person? Are they going to follow you around? They may decide to allow a DMC, which is Destination Management Company, or basically a tour company, to fulfill the chaperone monitoring role. So basically they're not doing it, they're leaving it up to the tourist company. So I presume they're thinking along the lines of these Chinese gaggle of tourists that come on the coach and they hang around together, and they're basically organised into a batch of people, so they're easy to manage. So what's the timeline? According to the sources, the final details are being ironed out. And they're going to be presented to the TAT board for discussion. I think, yeah. Then it will go to Cabinet, where the Prime Minister will be apprised, and obviously make the final decision. If given the go-ahead, the sources suggest it could start April the 1st. Oh dear. Obviously, Taiwanese notes that there appeared to be a cooling off of the vaccination passport idea with these extra caveats in place. There may be a way forward to open up the country for those who have received the jab. I mean, they're still going down this route, aren't they, of having a jab that does nothing to stop you from getting it. It does nothing to stop you from passing it on, and is dangerous to your health. I don't care what some of you think. It is dangerous. There's many, many deaths. In fact, we had a lady round here, an elderly lady, had it done. Oh yeah, I want it done. And then she was dead the next day. So let's not say that this is 100% safe. Why would you risk your life just to go to Thailand? Because they reckon that you can go in there if you have the jibjab. And I'm pretty certain there'll be a lot of people doing that, but you're crazy if you do. So these two ideas, again, completely crazy. And don't know who thinks these ideas are, but we're getting there. We're actually getting there, because if they're saying it's 2 days to 3 nights, I would do that quite happily. I would do that. So what I wouldn't do is the PCR test, because I don't want anything going up my nose. Thank you very much. And of course, with the likelihood that the result is going to be false positive anyway, so there is no point in having it done anyway. But we are going in the right direction with the idea that they are suddenly realising that the 15-day thing in a hotel room is not practical for the majority of people that would go to Thailand. We just can't do it, even if it was affordable, which it's not. So keep on going. Hopefully one day we'll get there. But I think it's going to be a long road. Have a good day. I'll catch you next video. Bye for now.